How's it going, you sexy beast? It's Thursday, and you know what that means. Endless downtime for the European Planetside 2 servers. Hell yeah! Oh wait, no. It's a patch day! Today's patch is pretty much the same patch that was applied to the test server no more than 2 days ago, and it contains a slew of new stuff, such as some new Liberator weapons, new Terran Republic firing sounds, oh yeah, and the much anticipated death screen, which comes with some built-in kill cam too. As usual, I'll be linking the official patch notes form post in the description below for you to read along or to check out all the new goodies. I won't be covering every single aspect of this patch, just the parts that I find most juicy and add to the most to the game. So without further ado, let's jump into the most controversial aspect of this patch, the death screen. Previously, when you met your untimely demise, you'd just see your assailant's smug face as they stood mocking you. It would show what weapon they used to deal damage to you, how much health your assailant had, and any other assisting factors that helped you become no more. Anyway, once you've reached the new afterlife, you'll be presented with a brand new screen. What first pops up is who killed you with what weapon and who assisted them, if any. It shows the weapon's name and model, as well as any attachments that player is using. The player's name, faction, class, health, shields, outfit, and battle rank are all displayed in the center. To the immediate left, we have a minimap showing from which direction you were slain. If the enemy takes you out without ever being spotted, then a red triangle will represent from which angle you were attacked from. If the enemy is spotted before taking you out, a red dot will display their exact location, so you can go take out that pesky camper in your next life. The player who killed you is also displayed to the far left, showing any camouflage or aesthetics they have equipped, as well as the weapon they used, with any and all attachments they had on their firearm. In the center, we've got our own personal stats, which I've fallen in love with. Firstly, it shows your primary and secondary weapons, and how many more kills you need to earn a ribbon or medal for each. So for this particular instance, I need one more kill for my T5 AMC and my repeater to get another ribbon. Also, for some odd reason, I need 31 more kills to earn a silver medal for both. To the right, we can see the next 3 highest upcoming medals for me. These include every weapon between infantry firearms to tank cannons. Below that, we have the true beauty of the new death screen, the session stats and life review. The session stats are pretty much the same when you press tab and see your kills, search, and so on. The life review, though, is what I really like. The graph shows how long you were alive along the x-axis and experience earned along the y-axis. You'll get a counter that accumulates all of the experience you earned that life and will give you a grand total in shiny golden numbers. On the graph itself, every yellow line represents a kill you've gotten, so the more of these, the better. Also, if you don't happen to kill anyone in your soldier's lifetime, you'll be given a super helpful pro tip. The only downside with this new death screen, to me, is how immediate it is. Previously, when you fell in combat, you would watch as your soldier fell dramatically to the ground, and then you were presented with the death screen. Now, the screen pops up the instant you've fallen, making it seem like I'm dead way before I even realize it. If you've ever played Bad Company 2, you know what I'm talking about with how immediate the death is. I'm just nitpicking at this point, and overall, I like the new screen a lot more. I kinda wish there were some milestones to work toward, like, in your last life you've earned 1,000 experience points and killed 5 dudes. In this life you've earned 2,000 experience and killed 10 dudes. Good job. Or something. Kind of like a carrot on a stick as you're trying to beat your all-time high score. Next up, we have some new Liberator weapons added to the gunship's arsenal. First and foremost is the most unique, or in my opinion, unique, of the 3, the L24R Spur. This is a new nose cannon available to the pilot of the gunship and actually has pivoting axes, allowing the weapon to be aimed manually instead of always facing forward. It fires at 451 rounds per minute, deals a maximum of 225 damage up to 100 meters, and has a maximum magazine size of 50 rounds with another 400 in the reserve. This is a pretty interesting weapon, as you can actually use free look in the cockpit to manually aim the weapon and shoot where you please, all the while piloting normally. If you equip any optics, such as a 2x magnification, you can engage the free look by pressing right mouse button to both zoom in and manually aim. Though it is a little less damage than the default Vector, I think it's a really strong weapon to use since you can easily hit your targets with it. On to the belly gun, and I'm not so sure about this one. It's called the Dual 75 Duster, and I think it's SOE's take on a carpet bombing weapon of sorts. It deals 900 direct damage and 500 splash damage, fires at 180 rounds per minute, has a 10 round magazine, and 100 in the reserve. The Duster features a cone of fire which is terrible to begin with, and can be further increased with the rate at which you fire. You can fire off rounds nice and slow and keep your terrible accuracy, or you can just hammer on the trigger and never hit anything. Unless you plan to fly about 10 meters off the ground in a Liberator, I don't see much use for this weapon over the other two explosive belly cannons, the Zephyr and the Dalton. To give its accuracy some numbers, the accuracy of the default Shredder belly gun is 0.2, and the accuracy of the Zephyr is 0.25. Generally, the closer the number is to 0, the better. Well, the Duster has an accuracy of 2. That's right, 8 times less accurate than the Zephyr and 10 times less accurate than the Shredder, and that inaccuracy can be further expanded by firing as fast as the weapon can allow. Now, this is all just speculation, and since I don't man Liberators often, take my input with a grain of salt. I'm just giving you guys the hard numbers. Lastly, the tail gun we're getting for the Liberator is the Hyena missile launcher. Don't let its name fool you, it's no hyena. It's secretly a coyote. That's right, the Coyote missile launcher wing mount available to the ESFs have been miniaturized and placed on the butt of a Liberator. This weapon comes loaded with 8 missiles, 96 in the reserve, and each deal 150 direct damage and 200 splash damage. It can be fired off at 174 missiles per minute, which is nowhere near the current Coyote missile's fire rate, but the payload works just the same. Once the fired missile gets near a hostile aircraft, it will go from dumbfire to a smart lock-on that will immediately home into the center of an enemy aircraft. Though this weapon sounds like a straight upgrade from the default M20 Drake, it's not all it's cracked up to be. If an enemy ESF is trailing your Liberator, they'll have to be within a very short distance, say 50 meters or so, for the Hyena to be very effective. The cone of fire on this weapon is a very scary 1.5, meaning the enemy pursuant needs to be right up on your ass in order for these missiles to have any chance of hitting your target. The last bit of the patch that I'd like to cover isn't much of an actual game changer, but holy crap, it's been a long time coming. Oh yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The ability to put camo on our heal and repair tools. Let me hear it, guys, come on. I was actually really excited when we were finally able to put camouflage on our rocket launchers a while ago, and this time around is no exception. I was tired of having a dull and bland repair tool while fixing up a friendly max, or an uninterestingly white heal gun as I revive people. Now I can add a wacky ass flavoring on my green mage Healy beam, since everyone loves to see pretty colors when they're being brought back from the dead through the power of Higby nanites. Even though we all love our camouflage, the real meat of this patch has got to be the beginning of the Terran Republic audio revamp. A long time ago, the Vonner Sovereignty went from sounding like bland thuds shooting out Reese's Pieces to firing freaking pew-pew laser beams. Now the Terran Republic are slated to get the same treatment, just not as much laser beams. The firing audio for TR weaponry is pretty boring, and nearly all the weapons sound the same, which to me make all the weapons feel the same. Now we've got some new audio on 3 weapons. The LC2 Lynx, which also shares the LC3 Jaguar sound now, the T5 AMC, and the Repeater all feature some new firing audio. I don't know about you, but I plan on running an unsuppressed Repeater from now on, solely due to the fact that it sounds like a sexy beast when you pull that trigger! Enough of me rambling, let's go ahead and listen to these sexy beasts. And there you have it, you other sexy beast. The patch of March 13th, 2014, which includes some new weapon audio, camouflage coverage, death screen revamp, and some Liberator lovin'. What's your favorite part of the patch? Are you a Terran Republic soldier and are now using the T5 AMC solely due to that beastly firing sound? Or are you trying to get that new nose cannon for the Liberator? Let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your input on this patch. Personally, I know it sounds weird, but I really love the camouflage coverage and our repair tools. That's just awesome now. So if you guys liked this video or found it informative in any way, please give it a big ass thumbs up. It helps a ton and you guys are awesome for doing it. If you'd like to see more videos like these, then go ahead and subscribe. It's free!